Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 53. I had a few technical problems launching it tonight, so we'll see how we go. Just the usual checks and cue some music. So it'll let me. Yes. Don't know if it's working. Play button's not clicking. What's going on? It's working. Now, where's the sound? Finally. So, if I can get there. Anyone's watching. CPU's mixed up. Like this. This is going to be a fun night to see. Unbelievable. So we've got problems going on here. Could be the settings I've changed on Minicam. It's making it unstable. Yeah, it's working there. It's very glitchy. So, I think it might be alright now. No one's joined us yet. I'll just have to mute the echo. So yeah, my computer has been playing up. That's why you haven't seen me around lately. This live streams is not working very well again. And really I need a new laptop. Now you guys can help me achieve this laptop by supporting me, of course. I don't normally plug my channel, but people may not know about it, so I'll just go through the options. If you go to my main page, let's see how bad this loads. Yeah, you can see how slow it is. Loaded. Why is it not showing the string on the list though? I don't understand. We're public, aren't we? So, oh yeah, it is live. It is. Because I keep taking a thumbnail of the opening intro, that's why. Now, I did some actual videos for my mate. He's working on a theory on the universe other than the Big Bang one. But he didn't give me permission to release them, so you can probably see them in my list here on his theory, a video book, and a little documentary he made using a robot, which I thought was quite entertaining. But he reckons he's had a lot of death threats over his theory, so I haven't released it because he doesn't want me to release it. He wants to complete the theory, but I don't think he ever will. He's always so busy. But yeah, maybe one day I'll let it release it. So yeah, up on the banner here, you can access my Patreon and also my Merc store, UFO Merc store, and I've got various that you can choose from. Apparently they're updating the store all the time, and I'm going to lose my little cool banner I made up here. So it looks like I'm going to have to redesign that soon. I'm not sure when it's kicking in. But yeah, you can. I've got various artwork up with the channel logo and some funny ones. That also has the link to the channel. So basically, if you buy a T-shirt, I can get money for commission from $3 to $5, depending how much you spend. So that sort of is a slow way to help. Mostly, I set up the Merc store to make T-shirts for myself, and of course, I wear those out when I'm out and about for advertising. But yeah, so if we go back to the banner page again, and up here is the Patreon link. I see Open Minds, the sort of cops started copying me and have their own live show every week now. And he probably got the idea off me. And I see he pushes his Patreon pretty much every episode. But here's the Patreon, and you can donate as little as $1 a month to help me cover running costs pretty much. As you can see, I have lost trouble with my hardware here because it's dying. So I had a look at computer I would need to be able to do the stream properly and the presentations, and it's going to cost me around about $3,500 New Zealand dollars, which would be probably about 2,800 American. Because we got to pay GST, we call it the get stuff tax, government service tax. And you can see I've got two people donating $5 a month, and of course they pay out when I get $100, and I'm trying to get to the $500 mark, and I haven't even got to the $100 mark. So it's probably going to take another year before I get to the $100 mark. So really, that $500 for new gear is very low now. That probably covers my current debt of setting up the channel, because I had to buy tripods, headphones, and they weren't cheap, and mics and all sorts of other stuff. So yeah. So if you want to chip in, help me make my channel better, my live streams better, that's how you can do it. So that's a plug for the channel. So you've probably been wondering what I've been researching lately, and I've been looking at all sorts of things, and what I found out also here, because I did this what's it called, the Pascagoula incident. If I open that up, I tried to improve the volume and reduce the bad sound on it. But Google, I found out, have a normalization plugin. So when you play a video, if you right click, so I'm not sure if everybody's seen this one yet. This is a hypnosis tape from two guys down south, Mississippi, and they were abducted by an alien craft in just before Roswell, I think it was, and after Arnold sighting. So yeah, the sound of it was really bad. But I spent a couple of hours transcribing it. What's happened is I improved the sound quite a lot on VLC. Hello there, mate. I'll see you on the side there. If you right click on play a window, if it will let me, see if things going slow, you can see. And you got this thing here called Stats for Nerds. Maybe it doesn't allow me to do it if it's paused. I see. Oh. And up here it gives you a lot of information from Google, which tells you how they've mucked around with the video. And one of it is normally the low sound. And you can see here, the volume is at 55%, but they've reduced it to 29%. So really you want to get it to 100%. So there might be a peak in that particular video, which goes over the maximum loudness that they're predicting, and they bring it down, which brings it all down. So the only way to compensate for that is obviously turn up to maximum volume. But as you know, the browser volume can be still very low on various other devices. So yeah, hello there, mate. Got a few watching now, 3 watching. Now it was a bit of a rough start to try to launch earlier, but my PC was maxing out. It's still not behaving itself too well at the moment. Not too sure why, but I've tried to tweak a few things. Screwed up a wee bit. I just need to close down some here, which may give me some more to play with. I think Google's changed some things where the stream uses more CPU now. I think that's what the problem is, and because I've got a minimum spec machine, as I was saying before, that you can support me from as $1 a month on my Patreon. I'm trying to get enough money together to replace the gear here, and I am on sickness help. I don't actually work anymore, so the little money I get, I have very little to save towards replacing the. But we'll get there eventually, I think. It's just going to take a few months. So just closing that down. Yeah, so if you haven't watched that hypnosis one, it's best to put the headset on and amp up the volume. And it's quite clear in headset than it is on laptop speakers anyway. But it's quite an interesting hypnosis session. I'm not too sure though, because they're saying that it's a hoax as well, some people, because they reckon he's added stuff to the story over the years. But the thing is, he may have, I can't remember what his last name was now, he may have started to remember more and more stuff from the blackout that he had. So it's really hard to say whether he was fabricating it or not, or just getting more memories back. So yeah, I'll give it the guy a benefit of doubt. The 2 interviews I've got up there off that particular, how do you say it, Pascagoula UFO incident. Now I got the original secret tape one of the police station interview, and this one a year later, hypnosis tape. Both recordings are pretty bad, but I've done some audio work on them. I'll post the link to that one anyway, in case you've missed it. But if you do it like I've got here on my channel, the video tab and click sort by. Always have it select to the latest. You get the same view as I've got here. And it makes easier things to find, but you won't see the unlisted ones like I do here. So, but as I said, my mate didn't want me, after me spending all that time sorting those out, he said he didn't want them to release after all, because he had death threats, he reckons, and because he reckons it's political, because he's against the Big Bang theory that everybody else is pushing, and religious people are attacking him because of his theory, because that does away with that having to have a god, because the Big Bang is always about something started the universe, you see. So rather than the universe being God itself, because the universe creates everything, this recycles the energy. So that's how I see things anyway. But he doesn't want to think even the universe is God, so a lot of people hate him. But he is a Kiwi guy. He's into his conspiracies as well. So I'll just post that link here. Of course, we talked about conspiracies last time, that not all conspiracies are actually wrong, but the way the media goes on, you'd think they would have you believe that all of them are. I should watch SecureTeam's video raising questions we should all be talking about. You do know that I've debunked SecureTeam here. You know he's a fraud, don't you? That he's actually created fake videos. If you're not sure on that, and then you can have a look at all the things that I debunked on them. And you can go down playlists, go to the created playlist. You have to click on the top because I've changed the format of this even. The problem with Tyler is that he's started this channel off with what is it, the Area 51 leaker dude, which I have got a copy of after he deleted it after he got found out, and I reversed it to show it's his voice. So here's the playlist. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it, and it's just 100% proof that he what's happening here? I think I may have clicked on it. It's 100% proof that he fabricated because it's his voice. And trying to push this new voice software that's come out recently, but that's not perfect. And you got to remember, he did this back in 2011, way before we even had decent voice recognition. Is that the right one? I think that's the playlist. If not, I've copied the same one before again. Probably the same one. It probably hasn't copied it. Hang on. All these little glitches I'm getting. Copy link address. Yeah, I guess back in 2008 was when Google took it over, wasn't it? So they started applying ads, and a lot of people thought so that was a good way to make money now, you see. And I did pause the music, didn't I? I'll just double check. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yeah, so they used to pay, Google used to pay good money. Normally back in those days when you got I think it was like 1,000 views, they sent you like $100. You know, you look at how many views Tyler's getting. If he was getting paid that sum of money now, he'd be well and truly happy. But he still makes about $1,000 a day from his channel, so he's doing pretty okay. Even though Google have crippled not just him, but crippled most of us. They took away all my ads, and I was making only peanuts. I was only making about $5 a month. So, but they would have helped towards getting me some new gear, of course. And for me to get Google to get the ads back, I'm going to have to another 1,000 hours watch time. Not 1,000 hours, 1,000 minutes watch time, which is like 1,000. Yeah, it is 1,000 hours. 100,000 minutes watch time, or 1,000 hours watch time. Anyway, it's a hell of a lot. 140,000 minutes, and I need another 100,000. So, and that's 2 years to get there. So it's going to take a wee while to get my ads back. By then, I think maybe Google might be history, because did I post that link finally? Not sure if I posted it. Yeah, so yeah, I don't think Google is starting to like conspiracy and UFO websites anymore. Did I post that before? Oh, there you go. It's there anyway. Oh, you can find it. You just saw how I got to it anyway. Just go to my channel playlist and hit create playlist, and then it opens them all up. But I was talking about up here, you can visit my Merc store and Patreon if you want to help out with the channel. But yeah, I have got some videos set up. Debunking Tyler's voices anyway, in that list if you have a look. I've also got this one down here, a special one, which I play to trolls that attack me, saying it's not him and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've been sort of researching other stuff, not just looking at UFO videos, but I've been looking at new gear and IP cameras. So I'll probably talk about that as well. But as I was pointing out there, that Google mucks around with the video volume. So that's another thing is where you get those bad low volume recordings. And if it has a peak, people ain't going to boost it up, because Google stops it with the software. So yeah, Google, you reckon have a look at SecureTeam. Now he's put out a few debunks. I suppose I should not debunks, videos, which I had a look at. Let's see if I can figure out what it was. And it'll probably take a wee while to load, as you see. We're hitting 98% at the moment. So he's just put out one 29 minutes ago. Total shutdown of space. So I'm not sure what he's on about there. So it's been a while since I've looked at all these. Where was the one? The cloud one, yeah. Have a look at that one probably first. So what do you think on those ones in that video there that you put out? Of course, he goes down that everything is a UFO. Because people like that. As soon as you start debunking, people don't like that. Now, he's debunked in the past some videos and people trashed him. I'll just put the subs on. I'm not going to risk playing music from it or his voice. So he's still on about these square clouds, which are natural. They're not really square though. You can see that they're all over the show. See, even that one's up and down. From afar, it sort of looks like a square. But we've talked about that before, that they're just... and those ones are another one called full streak holes, which is caused by ice. That one there I've looked at also in the past. That one was a just a weird thing happening between two clouds or three clouds. And that one I've talked about way ago, 2 years ago, that one. That's another natural thing that can happen, or also to do with ice crystals. That one I haven't seen before. But here's the new one. So to me, that picture don't look right. I don't know about you guys. Something doesn't look right with that whole picture on that. Looks almost like the colors have been played with, because that cloud there looks very washed out. At first I thought maybe it was possibly CGI, and it's hard to tell, even from a female filming in portrait again instead of doing landscape. I think it's just overexposed. So much light going to sensors on the smartphone that it looks like it's been drawn on. It's lost the definition of the black bits in the cloud. But there's nothing abnormal about how clouds form. If you ever watched a time lapse of clouds, they do come out of thin air. They form out in the air and they can disappear. They can show up 1 minute and disappear the next minute. So these blobs appear. No mystery. He's trying to say they're UFOs, or UFO cloaks, or cloaking UFOs. So if that was me, I would want to get hold of the original video and make sure it hadn't been tampered with. But as you know, video alone is not good enough. You need to take a photograph as well. Photographs has metadata that proves validness of the camera at the time and matches it with the video as well. So I'm not sure why he's putting it through filters, because it's already overexposed as it is. I don't know if there's a cloud videos up on the web, but there's probably a few. Showing how clouds form. So that's why you need to ask experts that study weather, of course, or at least see if you can find videos from experts on clouds. Can't see what I'm storing there about the magnifier. So already we've got a wiki page on it here. Clouds and how they form. Air rises, it cools and decreases pressure, spreading out. Clouds form when the air cools below the dew point and the air cannot hold as much water vapor. Clouds are made of water droplets or ice crystals that are so small and light they are able to stay in the air. So it's got a little diagram here. Now you notice the key thing on this one here, it's right over a mountain range. And as you know, mountain ranges tend to have like slipstreams and layers of hot and cold air because of the land mass is closer, and of course it's going to evaporate. Of course, a lot of them have ice on top as well. I'm not sure if that one did. As you can see, it's very dark in the picture. Yeah, what are you saying? Cult of the Cloud. I thought that was what SecureTeam's new channel's called. He's like the apocalypse, doomsday weather channel, isn't he? He seems not to be able to get enough UFO content despite all those followers. You'd think a lot of them would be submitting stuff to him to have a look at, and bringing up. What? Why hasn't he stepped up? I'm just a nobody that's running a live channel here from New Zealand, and I don't make any money from it. And I've been doing it for a couple of years. Now he hasn't actually produced a live stream like I'm doing tonight. Why doesn't he do that? People can talk to him, submitting stories, do real-time analysis on the screen like I do. It should tell you a lot about his channel and his personality right there. He's not to be. He's just in it for the money. People like me do it because we're interested in finding out the truth, of course, and we know that 95% of the stuff that's being put up on the web is mundane stuff, not necessarily hoaxes, but just misidentified. So there's probably going to be some videos, but of course we're going to find that some of them are going to be copyrighted, and that gives me a problem when doing. Because Google offers content ID to corporations, media corps, like these people here that try and sell, what do you call them, stock footage. That allows them to take over your whole video, even if you do a 1-minute clip, and Google gives them the whole video to put ads on, so they can make money off your 4-hour stream. So this is where it's all wrong. Copyright's so stupid, and it sort of limits what you want to do. So I can't click on those and risk seeing how clouds form, unless it's from some other person that's not, well, like this one here. That one sounds like it might not be a commercial channel or website trying to make money from selling stock footage. So let's have a look at his one. We'll see how well it goes. Oh, yeah. So it looks like a regular person. Yeah, it's got a bit of an air breeze going on there. No likes or things, so we'll give him a like since we're playing it. There you go. Where did he add it? So why is it going slow? Has he slowed it down? Or is he time-lapsed it? Could be time-lapse. Doesn't look like it's constant by the way the trees are moving there. So if he's got it paused and too slow, isn't he? He wants to do it normal speed up version, and then he wants to slow it down. Oh, you said something bad on the side because it says you've got to show it. What's happened? So I think those ones here are like the other video, except for it's not overexposed. And they just sort of appeared out of thin air, didn't they? Can I watch your videos? Personal videos or what? Yeah, sure, I'm willing to look at other people's UFO stuff. See if we can make it up. My email's in the about tab of my channel. As you can see, it takes a lot of time to analyze videos, even simple ones. So this one here, he's got it so slow. Probably need to speed it up, wouldn't we? Let's see, speed it to 2 times. Okay, so let's see if that solves it. Looks to me like he's got a home security IP camera. So he's also got a mountain range here. You can see these clouds here are starting to form out of thin air. Those ones are getting bigger. These ones are slowly getting bigger. This camera sort of needs to be moved to the left, really. Depending on how the air current, hillside or mountain range, they can also disappear. So it looks like they're starting to form about this point here on this mountain range here. See that? They always seem to be forming in the same place and seem to keep growing bigger as they're moving that way. But he's not actually showing us how they're sort of disappearing as well. So it's not really a good video there. We can see them forming, but we can't see them deforming. What are you saying? You're leaving the building. Okay. That's all right. Post some links to my email and I'll take a look when I'm going to talk about them, maybe. Or post some ones that you want, I think are really good ones that need to be looked at. Columnists, I just haven't come across any really good UFO videos for a while now. Most of them are like lights in the sky or far away. Mojo's was probably the most exciting one I come across, and then we're still It's still 50-50 whether he hoaxed it or not, so because he won't release all his details, and so yeah, we can't confirm it from Google Maps and all that. So we just wanted another decent video of clouds to compare it to the other one. You can see a lot of them do it on mountain ranges. They're the best place to see clouds form, of course, or just past mountain ranges. Time lapse of cloud formations. Well, let's have a look at that one. It's only a minute long. Well, now the question is, why would UFOs want to be like clouds? You know what I mean? But no one's sped up with the right speed. And those ones are sort of forming and disappearing at the same time. But we want one that makes little blobs. The way normal cloaking would work is if there was a ship up here, it would simply just shine the cloud through it. It wouldn't need to pretend to be a cloud. So I'm sure there's going to be some better cloud videos out there anyway. But those ones look more real than this one here. But he's mucked around with the colours anyway. So if you carry on through it, see out a bit. And past that one and go on to the next video. Why is he bringing this one up? Nuclear UFOs on back of trucks. I don't think so. Somehow, you'd expect a lot more high security. For starters, they wouldn't even allow cameras even near the road, would they? It'd be like Area 51, block off the whole road before if it had a UFO. So this is the one that I'm interested in. And it's so far away. I think it's up here. You can't quite see what it's doing. It's clearly far away. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's all about there. Of course, it's going to need a lot of zooming in and color enhancements to make it stand out. Here, he zoomed in a bit and darkened it. So this is the object that seems to be moving upwards. There it is here. Let's zoom back out. It looks like a V shape, or what do you call it? A chevron shape. I don't think it's a chevron shape. It's more consistent with a V shape. To me, it looks like it's deforming a wee bit on the wings. So I thought maybe it was a kite. So I tried to zoom and enhance it, and I did that previously. And I'll show you what I've done. Of course, we lack information about it, of course. So just open that up. It's probably open on the other screen. Hang on. I forgot to get my drink. It's going really slow. My computer's not very well. Seems to be sometimes it seems to go slow for no reason whatsoever. Hey, UFO bro. Haven't seen you around for a while. So I did that analysis. We did have 3 people here at one stage. We had this guy here trying to talk about it. He's got some videos of UFOs. So I told him just to send me some links and email, and we'll have a look. Then we can present maybe some of the better ones on one of the lives and see if we can suss it out. So I did this new one of his. Like I said, I hadn't had much time this week because I've been having lots of problems with this software. Live not working. So here's the image of that one. And I did this comparison one. Now apparently you can get kites that are very similar in shape. Also can be like the stealth bomber here. You can get kites that actually look like the stealth bomber. So I'm just wondering if this is a stealth bomber kite. It's really much out of focus and blurry, so we don't know really how the shape of it's defined exactly, but it could be a pointy bit at the back here. And this is actually a model airplane that you can get, flying wings, and also that's a B2 bomber, or is it stealth plane? And that's also a remote control plane, and they're quite big. They could be half as big as a human. And that one's got a propeller, and this one's actually 2 jet engines, I think. So yeah, it looks very much like the real thing, which could fool a few people, but obviously scaled down. And the kite here, you can see it's got very clear, what do you call it, towels, what they use for pulling it towards, because it looks to me like it's always heading off in this direction up here, which means like it's also got the wind going towards it this way. So the wind's going this way, and this is going upwards, which was consistent with it being a kite, moving very slowly. I suspect if it was a RC model, like one of these, that it'd be moving a lot faster, and it fits more of a kite. What do you think on that one that Tyler brought up? Do you still watch his stuff, UFO bro? Yep, you've been to USA, yeah? Dallas for 1 week. Well, that's cool. See any UFOs when they're over there? Business, but don't you mix pleasure within some business though? I think it would take a lifetime just to explore America, wouldn't it? It's so big, so many things to see, but you need like endless supply of money. And what is people were saying that you could spend in tourist areas up to $500 a night each person to be in a hotel. Yeah, I think you have to go to the right places to spot UFOs. Probably out near Las Vegas, which is probably a bad spot to go because you want to go on the pokey machines or on the tables or something. Well, if you caught a UFO, you would have brought it here to analyze, wouldn't you? So yeah, so that was Tyler's one that I did. So I reckon it's between those two things, but I'm leaning towards it being more of a kite. So if we start playing it again, uh, of course he hasn't suggested either of those possibilities. He talks about V-shaped objects and UFOs. He's sort of leaning towards UFO as usual because that's what people like to hear. I don't know why he's bringing up the NASA Chevron thing again. The Chevron thing is just, the rocket launch plane contrail. We know that one. He's comparing it to, but if he compared it to two booster rockets from like SpaceX, you get the V shape until they go crazy. And this one, I think we've debunked a billion times as well. Can't remember what the thing was now, but I think it was not an object in the sky, but actually something closer to the moon surface there. Probably a scratch on the film. Probably when they scan in the old NASA photographs, they would often get scratched in the scanner and cause white marks. Or hairs, people drop off a hair when it gets scanned the photograph. So he's back onto the clouds again. Here we go. He's finally got a decent shot of this one for us. Just needs to stabilize it a wee bit. I think it's moving to anything other than a kite. And as usual, we don't see if it disappears. People always film these things, and a real UFO person would never leave the scene. They would be trying to get closer to it, or they'd be trying to zoom in on it. Well, they'd certainly keep filming it until it disappeared. We didn't see any in that video, which kind of makes it a bit suspect that they knew it was a kite. A lot of people do that. They submit stuff to these UFO channels to see if they can get a laugh out of it. But Tyler doesn't care because he doesn't care that someone hoaxed him, sent him something to put up as a hoax, because he makes money from it. How many views did he get on that one? 326,000 views. Now Google pays $1 per 1,000 views, but if the people got ad block on, that sort of can be cut in half generally. But depends how good his fans like him, of course. They may have it all disabled. So he could still get $1 per 1,000 views there. So that's $326. And if he's got 3 ads or 4 ads in it, times it by how many ads in the video, and that gives you an idea how much you can make a video. So he can make $1,000 a video. So he's happy to accept anybody's videos of UFOs and put them up because he's making money. Lots of money, not just some. But he's complaining that, of course, Google have sort of killed him off a bit on the ads. not alerting people. But I think I was finding that the same on my channel. I only got a few viewers. I get about 40 views from YouTube a day on my channel, compared to his, where he gets probably up to 500,000 viewers a day. Still complaining. Maybe they're onto him. They might, because Google have been clamping down on fake views and fake subscriptions, where you can buy from these Russian organizations and whatnot, fake subscribers. So it looks like a load of people are subbing to you and you're getting up to the 2 million mark. Makes it look very good. But Google have been detecting all that, and they keep an eye on these channels that are abusing it. The thing is, they can't ban a channel, but what they can do is they can modify how much they promote it and all that. So, on the downside, it's best not to buy views or subs, because you're going to get hard hits, and he may be suffering from that. Wherever he bought them as well, so he could have some sort of supporter that sort of bought views for his channel, so he sort of gets flagged. So that also could be something else that happens. I suppose that's why Google doesn't sort of ban a channel that's sort of doing that, because they've got to prove that who's doing it. Although they're not really caring too much about Alex Jones, what they did to Alex Jones. I think censorship was bad. Instead, they need to promote people that sort of show the opposite view, or show a better viewpoint to what they presented in the episode. Like mine, I just doing now, showing two alternatives to that video we saw of the UFO, the V-shaped craft, as he calls it. So, what's the other stuff he put up here? We'll just have a quick look. Do they? Those birds fell from the sky. And I think he's talking about those space objects, from like the fuel tanks, is he? Hundreds fell from the sky. Oh, birds. He's talking about birds dying. And yet, New Zealand's not had any masses of birds dying. So it must be in the world. I think the last one was said to be that the birds got scared by the fireworks, and they started flying around and crashing into the things. But you can bet they collect all these and check them out for viruses, because, as we know, we had the bird flu. So I think 100 birds on the road here is not a scary thing. Yeah, that's just a bit of a shame there, UFO bro. I think you probably have to save up and retire and then go. So you probably got, what, 20 odd years to go yet? Yeah, so I don't really think it's pretty good to put out all the scaremongering stuff. It's sort of, some people just go crazy over it. See, they could have, that's not really many. What they could have done is they could have gone and fed all drunk from a stream that someone had polluted with chemicals, and it killed them all. Because as you know, they all sort of follow each other, and someone could have poisoned them. So there's lots of reasons why birds would drop out the sky. And probably they all die at the same time, especially if they're poisoned. Same with the fish, you know, if there's chemicals in the water. It's really a disgrace for man, though, that people do that sort of thing. Then you got the algae blooms, which is also affecting New Zealand. We got nice mussels and oysters here, and that could sort of ruin the whole industry. Well, there you go. That one's got a biosuit on. That whole video is about strange deaths of things. And the reason the butterflies are probably dying is probably that what they call it, GM modified seeds that sort of resistant, as well as those what's it called now? I probably shouldn't say the name, but the sprays they spray on the crops. It's also going to kill bees and all that sort of stuff. What's this one here? UFO does something undeniable to man's camera. So how does he know that? Did he go there, visit the guy? So what's this thing here? Crashed UFO? Could it be apart from that crashed plane, even? That's very possible. Looks like part of an engine. Keeps mucking around with the zoom. So he says there, because we ain't got the thing on, that it's got foam. This is foam inside with a metal pipey thing. And I think he's debunked that one. Because I had a quick. There's actually a buoy, or buoy. I don't know. Americans say it different to us. Basically, it floats in the sea, and they run like a oil pipe through it from ship to ship or whatever, from ship to land. So he probably put that one up as a filler to pad it up to 10 minutes. So he's got to get 10 minutes so he can put more ads in. But you don't see him here because I've got ad blocker on up here, at the top line here. So he's saying it's this thing here, which is very possible because it looks very similar. I think that's exactly what it is, but it looks a bit those ones. You need a person standing next to that so we can gauge it, I suppose. So he debunked that one himself, which is good to see. So this guy, is it, that claims that his camera goes crazy when he's filming objects in the sky? Cedric. What's he doing? Yes. Would you buy item from this man? Does he look like an honest sort? So he's filming these objects, which again he's not using plane finder or heavens above to prove that they're not satellites or planes moving in the sky. Two coming here. That one looks like it could be International Space Station or satellite. So there was a flash here. So I think we've got a combination of things on the screen here that would have to be eliminated with the software. But these people put up these things and don't prove to you that it's not a plane or a satellite. I really hate these type of videos. They don't do the smartphone analysis at the time, which would be a lot easier. You got to sort of load it into PC, plug it in with the details, play it back, and see if it lines up. So yeah, he's saying his camera freezes, but it could be just a faulty camera, couldn't it? I don't know if you've seen UFO Lou's channel, but he had a night vision camera go wrong on him, and it did crazy things like that to where it clocked up on the screen, and then it would come right again, and then it'd go wrong again. See, it's freezing there, and then it's corrupted the screen. We're seeing that sort of happen on these ghost hunter shows as well, and they can't explain it. But it could be just faulty firmware or faulty hardware. So I don't know if he's put anything else on the end here. It's not like people have gone and visited the guy and said, "Oh, here's a new camera. See if it happens to this new camera." Because if they did that, and that would sort of raise questions. Some people, as you know, have higher body static as well. So when they touch, as like my uncle, he's now dead. Or one of the uncles. He had a watch. He can't wear normal digital watches because they go wrong after about 20 minutes of wearing it, apparently. Apparently, he's got a high body voltage running along his skin, and it saps the CPU in the watches every time. So he has to wear only a wind-up watch, or was until he died. But there are people like that, and this guy could be one of these people where he's got a higher than normal static voltage going over his body, and it may be something to do with that. So yeah, you can't just simply just put up stuff like that without saying, well, we've proven that it's not his body voltage, and we've proven it here with a new camera that doesn't go wrong. So yeah, I just don't like videos like that. It's sort of misleading people. But as you can see, the TV shows seem to like it. And what else we got? Oh, what's happened? Gone back too far. It's like I've got a phantom ghost clicking my buttons at times. I probably got an infection of some sort of new remote control software, probably. and someone's mucking around with me. So, where is the other one? Frightening warning from scientists about Cern. So Cern sort of gets old hat, doesn't it? And again, it's about black holes, I guess. Is this one? It's had almost 500,000 views on it too. Look, seeing that? I don't know if you can see that down the bottom. My magnifier's not popping up. Sure, I pressed it. Yeah. He's still pushing these other videos. Oh, that finally kicked in. So he's had almost 500,000 views down there. So he's I think they might be running a new experiment soon, where they've upped the speed of the particle. He hasn't got subtitles on this one. Looks like. I wonder why it's got no subtitles. Normally it has a CC button down there. Anyway, we'll just skim it. I think it's black holes, isn't it? Because it looks like a black hole in this picture here. Don't know what that is. What's that meant to be? Oh yeah, black holes everywhere on the planet. Apparently, the black holes would disappear as soon as they were created anyway. They'd be like sucked into nothing because they'd be like pinhole that because they're only dealing with a single proton. I mean, a neutron fired to see what particles break off. So, yeah, it'd be like if it's going to create a black hole, it's going to be only as big as the particles that they're colliding with, and it'd probably be so small and blink out within a matter of seconds, or milliseconds, or microseconds, if it did happen. But I think CERN have put out statements before saying, I'm not sure if I've covered it or not, saying that the energy they deal with wouldn't be possible to even make a black hole. So I'm not sure if we can find the official statements online about black holes, but it's been covered before, hasn't it? About a year ago. Soon, black hole debunked, I suppose you could say. I think they said the power is so low that the sun puts out more energy or particles towards Earth in a single minute than CERN does in a whole year or something like that. CERN black hole. Debunked. Probably better find some articles. So there you go, a few debunked sites. 7 myths of the collider. Could a large hydrogen collider make an Earth-killing black hole? So that's back in 2016. So why is he still covering it? So debunked. Let's have a look at the first one, I guess. Talking about mini black hole there. That's small writing on this page. And it's still loading. So, probably have to scale it up. Right, can we read it now? First time I came across this was a prediction for someone predicted that 23rd of September 2015, LHC will create a mini black hole and the Earth will be whisked through a portal to the abyss. And for 3 years now. So what's the truth? The truth indeed that the LHC operated by Cern could create many black holes according to some theories. These sound alarming if you don't know the background. And unlike some of these doomsday stories, this was a real scientific possibility. The risk was credible enough that a detailed safety review was done before they built the LHC. After careful review, they concluded that it was safe to build. And so the LHC collisions happen naturally. The thing is, CERN is producing collisions that happen naturally in the upper atmosphere. Indeed, at energies we can't reach on Earth. So that's what I was saying about the sun creating them. And it's hitting the ionosphere. So what's it say here? Goes on a bit. Over the past billions of years, nature has already generated on Earth as many collisions as about a million LHC experiments, and the planet still exists. Observe an enormous number of large astronomical bodies throughout the universe, all of which are also struck by cosmic rays. The universe as a whole conducts more than 10 million LHC-like experiments per second. So there you go. The universe is massive and there's a lot of energy out there that the universe is generating. So the saying here, LHC was upgraded. The highest energy cosmic radiation protons reach energies of around 100 million TeV. These particles reach Earth at the rate of 1 per second, kilometer per century, which means that Earth is hit by about 5 million of them every year. 5 million particles, each more than 7 million times more energetic than the highest levels that LHC can produce. So I don't think Tyler put that up, did he? Because people don't want to know that. They don't want to know the truth. So that's even on the first link we looked at there. I'll have a look at that 7 myths about the CERN as well. And see what ones. I've only heard of the black hole one, so I'm not sure what the other 7 are. Other 6, probably. I know it had some references to 666 because of was it the rings or the logo they use? And it also had Illuminati references to it. So there's the first one, the black holes. Okay, that must be the most common one. The LHC is recreating the Big Bang. As you know, the Big Bang is just a theory. It's not actually proven. And the LHC can create vacuum bubbles. Is there even such a thing as a vacuum bubble? Or is it just like something another scientist dreamed up? Vacuum bubbles are what they sound like. Bubbles of vacuum which keep on expanding with the speed of light until there is nothing left. These are theorized to form due to quantum fluctuations, so it's a theory. It's not proven. However, scientists don't think it's possible for us to create one anytime soon. Most likely it will be you shouldn't sell your house. You should continue to pay your taxes. So there you go. So what else we got down here? Scientists are working to crack open a new dimension. That sounds sci-fi. This one has to be the most fictitious myth on the list. Scientists probably wish that finding a new dimension would be as easy as smashing particles. The theory of parallel universes and alternate dimensions has been around for quite some time now, but no substantial evidence has been established. Speaking of which, is a current TV show on called The Man High Castle, which is meant to be on parallel universes. It's not bad. It's where the Germans actually won the war and they took over the United States, and the Japanese took over the other half of America from the other side, I guess, California onwards. Lethal cosmic rays, another myth. Strange matter, another myth. Magnetic monopoles, which you can't make. That's magnets that only have south pole on each end or a north on each end, not a south and north. Magnet poles are substances with a single pole which is said to cause proton decay. However, monopoles are too heavy to be produced at LHC. If they were light enough to make the cosmic collisions in the Earth's atmosphere should be making it, and gravity would be effectively trapping it in. The fact is, Earth exists itself defeats the myth. So that's that one dismissed. I didn't see anything about Illuminati or 666. Wasn't in that list. They're only science myths by the looks of it. So yeah. So I've only seen one real UFO video. That was that V craft so far. Has he put out any other ones? Apart from tonight's, we haven't looked at that one yet. Come on, what's going on? It's done it again. Gone back too far. Who's out there still? we still got some watches. So what do we got here? Silent return of unknown objects across the globe. Oh, that's the one I debunked last stream, wasn't it? Which I said was the letter A balloon. Possibly. Wasn't enough information to nail it down 100%. So what's the new one he's got up here? Now, I know there's been a bit of problem in space with the cosmonauts having trouble with the spaceship coming down. Okay. And they've had some sort of saboteur drilling holes in the space stations, which they thought, I haven't heard any more on actually, but they thought they found the culprit. It's not playing very fast. Why is it not? So what is he saying on this one? What are they hiding? Russia. So Conspiracy is putting together handbooks. Well, that's a Hubble telescope, isn't it? Hubble, NASA Space Telescope, both going into safe mode, or in other words, they've gone offline. Now, they normally shut down stuff when they know they do that. Because that's how to protect the electronics in it. They tell it to shut down for an hour and then come alive again. Not too sure why the Rover's having problems, but it is 6 years old now, isn't it? So my computer didn't even last 6 years. So Sandstorm. And the Hubble space satellites. There you go. He's put on the screen where it's having problems. They almost need like duplicating robots that can sort of go up there and repair things. That's why they're working on that 3D printer stuff, so you could print out new parts in space and simply just replace it. To print out circuit boards, though, I suppose it's very possible. Printed at few atoms. Makes you wonder who the people that build all these factories that make these microprocessor. If they all got died out, our world would come to a halt, wouldn't it? We wouldn't have people able to know how to run the factories or create new things. It's like needs those expert minds that know all this stuff. In fact, China's probably got most of the factories that make all these circuit boards. Has USA got any? Well, it's got Silicon Valley, but do they actually produce a lot of circuit boards there? I don't know. Could they take over? I suppose they got the capable minds here to build a facility. So yeah, it's not a really interesting video. So the other thing was Third Phase. I know they put out some stuff with their SpaceX, but they made a few videos and then deleted it, didn't they? I'll just close that tab down. And open up their site. They were saying like crazy things about vortexes, that SpaceX had created a vortex in the sky to another dimension. I'm sure I clicked on that tab. There we go. See how slow it's going. Then I need to talk about IP cameras that I was looking at. Some interesting stuff I found. So I won't spend too long on this. Although we've been slowed down by little technical glitches again in speed. So I think they deleted a lot of those videos, haven't they? They've got 2 left. I think they had about 5 up. These ones down here. So what's this clickbait titles we got on them? My magnifier's not opening. What's it say? Wormhole opens during Falcon 9 rocket launch. And we've got, it's just happened over LA and we got it. So it sort of gives no answers. Apart from that one there, at least they put Falcon 9 rocket launch. So open that one there, I guess. So here. I got a new intro. God, it goes on a bit. So this is the SpaceX rocket launch. And you can see it's got the classic cone-shaped contrail, but here it goes a bit crazy as they turned on extra thrusters by the looks of it. And it's creating more water vapor. And looks like it's being lit up maybe by a sunset, is it? It's going a different. One with rocket boosters coming off, going back to land. That one looks like the rest of the ship going upwards still over here. So I can't see any mystery really. As you know, SpaceX is a up there. Did it go wrong? Looks like it went out of control there a bit. Oh, I tried to disable that and it still comes up. Looks like it's looks like it was trying to fire its booster. They might have been having some problems with it. That's why it made that sort of circular pattern. ripple pattern. But I didn't see any wormhole. What are they talking about? Is that the rocket going down there before? I sped it up. Let's have a look. Kind of loses focus, the camera. Don't know what that was. Was that a plane passing? Here they fired extra boosters. Be good, UFO bro. You should have gone and watched the SpaceX launch if you were over there. That'd be something to see in person, I reckon. We don't sort of have that luxury here in New Zealand, but New Zealand's making its own sort of space program apparently, universities and stuff. They might be launching some smaller payloads into space. It was on the news. So here's that rocket going a wee bit flaky, it looks like. Almost looks like it's firing and then switching off and then firing again. It almost looks like it's on side thrusters, so trying to turn it around, isn't it? To, the booster rocket trying to turn it to land it. Yeah, it's hard to believe that all that's water vapor. Or they creates all that energy to thrust it forward, and the end result is it creates these water clouds. Apparently, every time they launched the space shuttle into space, that it formed these big clouds. It literally rained after every shuttle launch, even on sunny days. It would form these big clouds and simply condense and come back down. So I bet SpaceX does the same thing. A big cloud that starts raining. They're certainly dragging it out there. How many? 12 minutes. They can put some more ads on it, I guess. So that's the booster rocket coming down. Obviously, this one, that one's the main rocket going up on second stage, I guess. And that was the first one they did, was it? They've deleted them. You can see here it doesn't even mention SpaceX in the description and the title. It just happened over LA, so people are going to click on that to find out what actually happened over LA. So it looks like the same video going, doesn't it? So they got two videos up with the same sort of scene. What would happen if the rockets? That looks like a helicopter coming up there, is it? Little helicopter light. What would happen if the booster rocket failed? Did they have like parachutes on them as backup? Of course, I guess all this is over the ocean by now, is it? So it's probably in not over populated areas. Still fascinating to watch. So I'll get on to the other stuff anyway. Sort of been a week. I haven't sort of looked at all this stuff, so I was sort of doing a catch-up. So all the rest are sort of boring or repeats of stuff they've done before. Yeah, it's all rubbish. So I was talking to Earl about, he gave me some idea of this UFO case he's working on, to do with alien abductions. And he said they had 20 minutes where the camera went into like white static. And I said, that's strange you should say that, because I've been looking at IP cameras, see what the latest portable home user IP cameras are around. And I'll just post some links to what I found. I said he needs to have 2 cameras set up, because I was thinking, I'll get that link in a minute, that if you drew a bedroom, how would you cover it properly so you know that people weren't actually lying and tampering with the cameras? And I think he needs to get better tech together to be able to do it. And we also talked about Faraday cage in the cameras to try and prevent the noise blackout happening. So see if I can draw a box anyway. So this is not actually debunking now. We're sort of getting into the more interesting stuff. So we draw a rectangle. Yep, we'll do that. If the CPU will let us. Here we go. So let's say that's a bedroom and a bed. It's gone slow. It's moving. Do you want to do that? So I want to draw another box. Double bed. Generally it's set up like this, isn't it? And you normally have a door that comes in. Some place in the room. Suppose we could draw it in here. So you'd have a door coming in. Probably done that wrong. And you normally do a curved segment for that. Let's see if I can do it. Let's just see if I can zoom in. No, it's not activating. Okay. Sort of close to what I wanted. Suppose that'll do. So the doors open that direction. You'd normally have like cupboards down this side. Yeah, probably. And probably some furniture over here with mirrors and a connection point to a bathroom on the side. But anyway, what can we draw as a camera to cover that room and not let people What can we draw for a camera? Good idea. What can we use? Could try a cone. So I told him that he'd have to put cameras in the corner of the room. It's not going fast enough, I'm afraid. Trying to rotate it. Oh, there we go. So you want the camera there, but you want to cover that camera as well as the other camera. So that way to do it would be to put a camera in each corner, like here. Probably should have just copied it wrong. That way they're covering each other. So it means it's less likely that someone sort of switch it off without the other camera noticing. And if you saw two people moving in the room heading towards the cameras, that would be highly suspect. So really you need two IP cameras that, you don't know what an IP camera is, use it for home security, but they're getting really powerful now. A lot of remote control. You can do it with your smartphone now. You can move the camera around 360 degrees and up and down. You can change the zoom on it if it's got zoom. So that's how you would have to set up the bedrooms. So if someone was coming through the door, both of them would capture it. And if someone tampered with this camera up in the corner here, this camera would capture it. So yeah, so if we have a look at the cameras, can't not CPU's maxing out again for some reason. I haven't done anything. Looks like everybody's gone to bed. It is midnight in New Zealand now, though. I suppose it would be super late in USA. Yeah, it should be about 10 o'clock in Australia. What's going on here? Need to paste the link across. It's hard to believe that we're almost coming up to Christmas, isn't it? It's not far away. Anyway, probably not going to get the link. I think my Explorer's crashed again. So there's new infrared cameras. Oh, something's kicking on. New infrared cameras using a new sensor that allows you to see starlight in the $100 to the $200 range now, and you can get the cameras from China. Still not going to open it for me, is it? But if you type in, go to AliExpress, that's the place I use all the time to buy my stuff. It's cheap and they send it free shipping as well. I'll see if I can find the links manually. So, I think I might have to reset Internet Explorer, Windows Explorer. My main screen's not working. I'll just close down that. Oh, it's this. Maybe I close down that will solve it. That's open still. And that should clear up some stuff. And I'm just going to reset the desktop. Hey. Right. Screwball going on. It's back again. Slowly coming back anyway. Still not back. Okay, looks like it's working now, is it? Hey, it's working again. Yeah, so that means I can paste the links across now. Yeah. But I'll just show you how you can search for it anyway. See if we can search for it. Why is it not working on here? It's not opening the browser on this one now. Maybe if I click on that. I hate these technical glitches. It really stuffs up. I really need that new computer. This is opening up another one. Looks like it. We'll get there eventually. Is this still working? Sound? What else can we do? Probably shouldn't have minimized it. Yeah, it's all gone wrong. Right. Something happened. I think the software stuffed up, so let me just reset something else. Okay, this doesn't fix it, then I will. What will? Is it working now? I'm clicking on it. That's strange. Let's see if I can kill it. Kill the browser on the second screen. I remember what the program's called. Okay. Unbelievable. Might have to kill this live session. I really wanted to finish off this last bit on the cameras, so maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We go from there, since we've got so much glitches happening. Try one more time. Oh, what was that gone over there? Oh, where's it gone to? Well, at least that's responding now. It's changed the font size though, hasn't it? Trying to move it. And that. I think we might start afresh again tomorrow and talk about these amazing IP cameras you can get now for $200 or less, and you can actually see stars. I just looks like getting no joy. Something's gone wrong. The whole computer needs to be rebooted. I'm just going to end my end the live early if it's going to let me do that. Looks like that's locking up now. Yeah. Stupid. Okay. Just gonna end the credits off from this. It's getting too frustrating. Must be good to have a really good computer for this sort of stuff. Anyway, good night everybody. Hopefully tomorrow will go a bit better.